Trimming a clip. Let's select the fourth clip in my timeline. It is 25 seconds and 9 frames. You can see by the little marker there, so you know the length of it. Also, if I go on over to info here in my viewer, I'm also can see the duration of my clip. So what I want to be able to do is edit my beginning and end points of my video clip. The beginning of a video clip is referred to as an in point. And now that we're using the keyboard, we'll use the I key to set a in point, and the end of our clip is called the out point. And we can use our keyboard and use the O key to set an out point. So let's learn how to do it manually, and let's learn how to use the keyboard to do the same function. So I select my clip. In this case, I want to make my clip a little bigger so I can see it better in my timeline. Remember how I did that? I just simply dragged it out, maybe a little too big. I can move it down, and now I can see my in point, and I could just simply drag my in point in and out, and you can see my clip is getting smaller, in this case bigger. And if I get hung up on, did I just make a mistake? Command Z undoes my function. And the same thing goes for my out point, the end of my clip. Grab the cursor, let's get this right, move it in and out. I'm making it longer, I'm making it shorter. Again, I'm going to do Command Z to undo that function. Now let's use our keyboard. So what I'm able to do is a couple things. If I want to fine tune my edits, as he moves right about, I can use my cursor. I can move left and I can move right. I can also use my keyboard. 3 important keys to learn how to use. It's the J, K, L key. So L plays it, K stops it, J reverses it. If I want to move a little faster, I can hold down the L key, stop it, or I can hold down the J key, and I'm moving faster. So maybe this is where I really want to set my in point. So I hit I, hold down the L key, move a little further in, and this, for an example, I'll stop here, hit the O for out point, I for in point, O for out point, and I'm going to go under my modify menu and trim selection. Or I could hit Option /forward and I trim the clip, and I did not use a mouse. I used all keystrokes. So you can use a mouse to trim your clip, or I can use my keystrokes in my cursor, which gives me finer tuning control. So again, I don't want to keep my project messed up. I undo, bring it back to go. Here's my clip. Don't need this. So again, timeline. Shift Z allows me to see all my clips in my timeline in one shot. I have the beginning point, which is my in point, and I have my end of my clip is called the out point, I-O. I can use my J, K, L keys to navigate wherever I want, or I can use my cursor control. And so if I don't want to set an in point and I want to move my cursor to this location where he had his hand on the walk, I can come up to modify and say trim to playback head. It trimmed the beginning of the clip off. I'll undo it and I'll do it again. Trim the playback head. Undo. What we can also do in modify area, and we can move it to the middle of the clip, and now I can do a split clip. I can split it in half. Now, why would I want to be able to do that? Well, maybe on the second one here, I want to do a speed ramp, or I maybe want to use a filter. So I can go up to my viewer, click on filter. I can decide which one I want to pick. Just say pick this. Take a second to apply, and I change the look of this clip itself. I'm going to undo that. Or maybe I want to be able to do a speed ramp to this piece. And I want to go fast. So now I added a speed ramp. Opening clip is fine, then my speed ramp. This is probably not the best example, but you get why we would want to split a clip in half, where we want to keep the sequence together, we want to add maybe a filter or a speed ramp. And again, once you get involved, you're not sure, undo, undo. Now my clip's back to go. Lastly, what we want to be able to do is detach audio. So I can do detached audio. There's my audio down below. And as we learned in iMovie for the iPad and iPhone, we're able to move this up and down. We can change the fades. Oh, let me get the little control. And again, we'll spend some more time with this in a separate section where we can fade in and out of my time. And remember, it's a connected clip. So when I pick this up, the detached audio goes along with it. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, now it's reattached. So under the modified menu, we have some important features. Trim the playback head, split clip, and detach audio. And you notice is that they all have keyboard commands.